Welcome to Full Cup Astrology, and today I'm going to break down the full moon that's happening this Sunday, February 5th. This full moon in Leo is, like all full moons, a culmination of what's been going on for the past 6 months. The new moon in Leo happened July 28th, 2022, and soon after that, Uranus, the planet of rebellion, disruption, revolution, has started making aspects to planets that created change and upheaval, often in unexpected ways. Through the fall, we had eclipse season, and that continued to this theme of upheaval and course correction to get us back on our destined path. At the same time, there were retrograde planets which were encouraging us to go inward and look at any changes that we need to make within. And we're wrapping up some really big cycles of slow moving planets. And right now it feels like that wrapping up of the slower moving planets. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. And Saturn has been in Aquarius for the past 3 years. And in those two signs, each person has been dealing with tougher lessons in that part of your chart and your life. As those planets change signs in March, we are starting new cycles, we're starting fresh energy, and the focus that's been going on in our lives is going to slightly shift into another area of our chart and another area that's going to require our attention. But what I'm feeling with this Leo full moon right now and everything that's been happening for the past 6 months, including these two big planets that are about to change signs, is that this culmination is extra big. It is bringing illumination and awareness to what's been going on in a big picture and probably big changes that we've been wanting to make and have been in the process of going over the detail, maybe for years, definitely for the last 6 months. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the energy of Leo is expressive, it's boisterous, sometimes verging on arrogant, but Leo is all about having our true selves shine. The sun is about the direction that our soul is heading in, and another piece of this full moon is the energy that Uranus, the planet of disruption and change, has been making to the sun and the north nodes all week. Both. And those aspects combined with the full moon, to me, speak to our destined path on steroids, and the sun and the moon really illuminating this week where we want to be and where we want to go, and probably a little bit more clarity on how to get there. Now I'm going to break down the themes of the full moon for all 12 signs. If you know your rising sign and your moon sign, those might carry slightly more weight than your sun sign, and all of the breakdowns will be applicable for all 3 signs. For Aries, sun, moon, and rising, this full moon is happening in your 5th house of fun, pleasure, joy, hobbies, sex, romance, and you might have some illumination or culmination of themes in this part of your life. Uranus is currently in your 2nd house, so you might be having some financial upheaval or being redirected when it comes to your self-worth and finances. And allies and friends will also be part of this story. So those are some of the themes to look for, and I hope that this is a very pleasurable wrap up before some of the fresh starts, especially for you as your birthday comes up in the next month. For Taurus, sun, moon, and rising, this full moon is happening in your 4th house of home, family, real estate, property. It can represent illumination, understanding, or culmination of themes that have been going on in your internal world as well. So it could be around actual physical property, home and family matters that are coming up, or it could be something that's more hidden that you don't show the world around generational trauma and what you are personally going through. Because Uranus has been in your first house for quite some time and will continue to, you are going through revolution and transformation in a very personal way. And I have a feeling that this full moon will bring a culmination to the story of some of those personal changes that you have been going through. Hope that it treats you well. See you soon. For Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, this full moon is in your third house of community, closer community, short distance travel. This can be the lower mind, so the practical mind, the internet, your day-to-day communication. So something, because Uranus has been in your 12th house, you might have been experiencing a lot of changes to your subconscious, changes to the things that you don't see. So there could be a lot of unexpected things happening that come out of the blue and shift you on your journey. But I think this journey for you is really connected to your mental process. So that lower mental process of how you run your basic practical day-to-day mental energy, and then the higher vibration of your spiritual mental state. And this Leo full moon is likely to create some shifts and surprises that get you that much closer to where you want to be. And it could be travel related. So if travel is a big part of what you're doing right now, then something unexpected for travel could come up. Looking forward to seeing what happens. For Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, this full moon is happening in your second house of earnings, valuables, possessions, and self-worth. So you could have a culmination or illumination of a type of possession or something connected to your self-worth. Also how you take care of your body. So the second house is the things that we ingest, the things that we do to nourish ourselves. With the sun having been in your 8th and the nodes in the 11th, your direction in life could be going through some healing and big reversals. It could be some life, death, rebirth themes coming up. And it could also be connected to upheavals with your friends, networks, and community. This full moon in Leo in your second houses, it could bring a financial surprise one way or the other of positive or something you didn't expect. That might be more costly, but again, taking you where you want to go when it comes to your healing journey and the big transitions that have been going on for you. There's likely something really transformative at a deep psychological level that you've been dealing with, and this is going to push you that much closer to that. Hope you're having a great week, Cancer. Leo, sun, moon, or rising, this full moon is all about you. So this can really affect any area of your life. But the sun has been in your partnership sector, and we had a new moon there a couple of weeks ago, and I have a feeling that partnerships are being more highlighted for you at this time. Uranus has been shaking up your status, shaking up how you're seen in this world, and maybe some themes around career and your visibility in what you do work-wise. So all of those themes could come up at this full moon, and probably a little bit more. So this is your time to shine as a Leo, as you do. Get out there and be seen, and hopefully this is having a really positive influence on your partnerships. For Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, this full moon is happening in your 12th house. So for you, unlike other signs, this is even more likely to bring out something that was hidden and unexpected. And the 12th house is your blind spot. So the 12th house is what you don't see coming. It can be secrets people are hiding from you, or secrets that you're hiding from other people. 12th house also has to do with institutions, faraway lands. I look at it a lot as a subconscious house. So it is, these themes around your subconscious could show up around this time. The sun has been in your 6th house, and so that's the direction that you're going in. You've probably been focusing a lot on your day-to-day habits and how you want to change those for the better. You might be organizing, managing your time better. It can cover habits that lean towards addiction. So if you have any unhealthy habits that you're trying to change, that could you could see more around that and around this weekend, and see how you want to move forward with that. The unexpected could be coming from your 9th house. So it could be from somebody foreign, it could be from a foreign land, it could be a new spiritual teacher that gives you some insight that you didn't see before and helps you on your path of more organized day-to-day life that gets you towards your goals. And hopefully it's all good news, Virgo. Libra, sun, moon, and rising. This full moon is happening in your 11th house of friendships, networks, larger communities. This rules your internet audience. So if you're someone that applies to, you could have some unexpected accumulation of followers and audience, and that could become a big theme around this full moon. The sun has been in your 5th house, and your focus right now might be around a creative project or romance, fun, pleasure, hobbies. But Saturn has been there too. So Saturn has been restricting those themes at the same time that you are working towards some of those topics. So this full moon could reach a culmination of lessons that Saturn has been trying to teach you in those areas of life, and hopefully moving through some of that restriction that Saturn can bring after this full moon with whatever is coming to you in the 11th house. It can rule wishes coming true, and more likely from your community and larger audience. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, Libra. And for Scorpio, this full moon is happening in your 10th house of career, fame, honor, your reputation in the world. And Uranus has been active in your 7th house of partnerships. So for this full moon, I expect that partnerships will have more to do with business at partnerships, but not necessarily. Some Leos might be changing their status. 10th house relates to status, so you could be getting married or taking your relationship to the next level. Congratulations if that's the case. And if it's career, you may have had disruptions coming in and out of partners that you work with related to career. And this full moon could bring something to a culmination that started at the end of July and is now wrapping up in some way. Your 4th house that rules home and family, the property that you own, this is where the sun is and where a lot of your focus and direction has been in life lately. Saturn has been restricting that part of your life somehow, and come March that is going to shift and change. So whatever you're going through right now could also be working towards the end of a home related matter. And if it's not property or home itself, it could be your internal world, that part of yourself that you don't share with everyone. Sagittarius, this full moon in Leo is happening in your 9th house of spirituality, higher learning, higher mind, higher perspective, and faraway places, long distance travel. So maybe you're traveling abroad right now, and that would be wonderful and fun. You might have some unexpected things happen around you locally while you're traveling. If this is more of a mental journey for you, whether it's learning, education, or your higher mind, you might have some big shifts Uranus has been disrupting your 6th house, which has to do with your day-to-day activities, what you do day in and day out, whether that's work or health habits. And you've been likely experiencing some curveballs there since the end of July. And that might be giving you a different perspective on life. That might be shifting your spirituality or how you view the world. With the sun in your 3rd house, you have been focusing on either your smaller community, close neighbors, siblings, but it can also represent our lower mind. So the basic communication, the basic thoughts that we have. And with the 9th house and 3rd house activated, as well as the 6th, I wouldn't be surprised if you've been just really changing your mental habits, and that's expressing itself in your day-to-day habits as well. So it could go in a lot of ways for you, Sagittarius. I hope that all of the unexpected surprises are wonderful. Capricorn, this full moon is happening in your 8th house of other people's resources. So you may have a culmination occur with other people's money, inheritances. It can also cover big reversals, big changes, deep psychological healing, and how we intimately connect with other people. With Uranus creating curveballs and unexpected circumstances in your 5th house of fun, creativity, pleasure, joy, children, hobbies, sex, and romance, I wouldn't be surprised if you've been experiencing a lot of shifts in how you have fun, what brings you pleasure. Maybe if you have children, there are a lot of unexpected things coming up, and how you manage your energy as a parent is changing. And that might connect more to the topics of the 8th house around connection with other people and intimacy. Or there could be big reversals in how you have fun, how you express yourself, and the creative side of yourself. With the sun in the 2nd house, you have been either focusing a lot on your finances and the finances of other people, or it has been more around self-worth and how you take care of your body. So with Saturn there's been a lot of restriction, and you may be trying to push forward but keep feeling like it's not making quick progress. When Saturn moves into another sign in March, the 2nd house is going to start to take off all the hard work that you've put into your resources, how you take care of your body, and your self-worth is going to start to show the benefits. Enjoy. Aquarius, this full moon is happening in your 7th house of partnerships. So you might reach a culmination, a completion, or have an illumination around an important partnership, a significant partnership, and start to see things differently. That story may have been unfolding since the end of July, and it could involve things related to home and property. And if it's not physical home and property, it could be your internal world and what you hold deep inside and don't show everybody. That's where Uranus has been, and it's been creating change and upheaval, so that part of your world is different, home and family and that internal part of yourself. With Saturn in your 1st house and the sun, a lot of the focus is on who you are as an individual and being as individualistic as you can, which is not a difficult thing for Aquarius. That comes very naturally. Perhaps there's some balance going on that has to do with your individuality versus others in partnership, and how that can come into balance, and especially with what matters to you with home and family related topics. So with it being in your 1st, 7th, and 4th home, those are angular houses in astrology, and for you, Aquarius, this full moon is likely to have a bigger impact on you than some signs. I hope it's a good one. For Pisces, this full moon is happening in your 6th house of work, daily activities. It also covers employees, health habits, and addictions. So if those apply to you, whatever area seems to apply to you, you might be going through some culmination of themes that started around the end of July, or illumination of those areas of your life and how you want to move forward. Uranus, the big disruptor, has been in your third house. That could be sending unexpected energy from siblings, neighbors, close relatives, and anything within your close community. It also rules the mind. And with Saturn and the Sun in your 12th house, that to me is more about the subconscious realms. It can cover psychic ability, it can cover institutions, that which is secluded and not in our physical world. So I am guessing that between Uranus in the third house of your mind and Sun and Saturn in your 12th house of the subconscious, you might be, your daily habits might be exposing some changes that you want to make mentally and subconscious to your subconscious patterns that maybe have you doing things on the day-to-day that don't always optimize getting you where you want. So some changes can show up there. Could be unexpected short distance travel that you need to go somewhere last minute, and that could bring some illumination to subconscious work that you've been doing as well. With the Sun and Saturn in the 12th house, this full moon might bring even more unexpected surprises. It might reveal something that has been secret or kept from you. So look for all those possibilities, and talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the All Signs breakdown of the Leo full moon. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. If you liked what you saw, hit like and subscribe for more updates on videos just like this.